Welcome into the live desk. The time right now is 10:01. You are taking a live look over the Country Club Plaza. A very rainy start to your Tuesday. We want to thank you so much for joining us here at the live desk. I'm Janae Hancock here with Taylor Johnson. Taylor, it's impacting a lot of commutes this morning.
Yeah, it is. You know, the bright side of it, though, is that even earlier this morning, as we were really in the thick of the morning commute, that it isn't as bad as even what we see sometimes on a dry day.
Right.
So what we're looking at right now, one of the things that I've been keeping an eye on is just a crash here, I-35 southbound. This is to our northern part of the metro. This is a crash that is getting cleaned up. So as you could see, those lanes are closed over to the left. Traffic is being able to inch by just a little bit, but of course we can always run into incidents like this, especially on a day like today. So when you do see a crash scene or stalled vehicles, be sure to give yourself some extra time and space. So we do have our radar on just so you can see where the rain is, where it's falling the heaviest. And it looks like, based on what we have here, that the heaviest rain is moving to the east here. So even with the way that the maps look, I mean, not too many slowdowns. I did notice one down for our Lee Summit drivers on I-470, so just keep that in mind. But I mean, even looking at the drive times, everything is in the greens. So looks like folks are doing their best to be careful on the roads today. Of course, there's always a possibility for incidents, as we've seen. So again, just continue to be vigilant and keep an eye out for those things.
Well, that's good news. It's not impacting the commute too bad. But again, that rain was really coming down. So we are going to get a better look at your forecast for the rest of the day with meteorologist Warren Sears in just a few minutes. But we do want to bring you your news headlines now, starting off with this story right here on your screen. If you happen to miss the morning show today, over to breaking news in Overland Park. Multiple people without a place to sleep after a fire damaged their apartments. Crews from Overland Park and Lenexa responded to a fire at Aspen Lodge Apartments at around 3 a.m. this morning, and firefighters extinguished a blaze in a first floor unit, but smoke damaged most of the building, as you can see here on your screen. No one was hurt, fortunately, but 6 adults and 2 dogs were displaced. The cause is currently under investigation.
Well, starting today, you might see more blue lights around Kansas City. It's part of a police effort to make the city safer. This morning, we heard from Mayor Quentin Lucas and KCPD Chief Stacey Graves about the effort. KCTV5's Gabby Luma joins us with what they had to say.
I'm KCTV5's Gabby Luma here at the KCPD headquarters downtown. There's some changes rolling out for police cruisers. You'll see it now. Every single one of them that are patrolling the streets will have a steady blue light. Now, this does not mean that they are trying to pull you over. This just means they are helping increase visibility throughout the area. That's exactly what Mayor Quentin Lucas says is the aim of this new policy. Now, you can hear him talking about addressing crime throughout the area.
No matter the offense is taken seriously in Kansas City, and I think this is hopefully another sign of that. And by the way, although we've noted entertainment districts today, we care about enforcing and policing in every corner of Kansas City. So I hope those of you who sometimes say, I don't think I've seen someone in some time, will recognize that there are officers in your community as well.
And moving along with your news headlines this morning, everyone at KU Medical Center is safe this morning after a person said they had a bomb. Police rushed to the ER entrance at around 6:30 last night, setting up a perimeter and calling in the bomb squad. Thankfully, the device turned out not to be explosive and no one was hurt. KU Medical Center police, they are still investigating this morning.
After an hours-long standoff in Ottawa, it ended with a dangerous man behind bars. Deputy State Lester Caleb threatened neighbors and fired at an officer Sunday night near K68 Highway. No one was hurt, but neighbors were evacuated until Caleb surrendered. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office thanks the community and says safety remains their top priority.
The Wyandotte County community is expressing confusion and demanding action after an inmate was killed at the Wyandotte County Detention Center. About a dozen leaders and representatives met on the steps, of Wyandotte County's courthouse to say Deputy Fatherly should be arrested immediately. Pastor Terry Bradshaw Jr. says any surveillance footage needs to be released and an outside judge not associated with Wyandotte County needs to take over this case in order to make sure justice is properly served.
We are calling for accountability for all those who are involved to do what is right and righteous. A man lost his life. It is unfortunate, but we must do what is right to ensure justice is had. There is no justifiable reason as to why we are here today and Deputy Fatherly is still not detained.
Adair's family, the man who lost his life in this case, is now being represented by renowned civil rights attorney Ben Crump. He is expected to be in Kansas City later on tonight. Crump has represented dozens of families in high-profile cases, including George Floyd, as well as KC teen Ralph Yarl, I should say.
Can Kansas City borrow a jail? One Jackson County leader wants to move inmates into the existing county detention center. Sean Smith proposed a 30-day study to move inmates into Jackson County's new detention center. Right now, Kansas City is looking into a temporary jail on Front Street, but the city manager's office says it wouldn't be ready before the World Cup. The move would only cost maintenance and operating expenses, but Smith says that time is of the essence.
But I think, if nothing else, introducing it, shows the city that at least one legislator, and I think there was several that you heard from, that are ready to support this if the city thinks it's a good option.
Smith's resolution was assigned to the Justice and Law Committee. He hopes to have it added to the agenda of the special meeting the legislature plans on having September 30th, as it has canceled its regular meeting on September 29th.
An employee at the T-Mobile Center is recovering this morning after police say that he was dragged into a crowd and beaten. It happened at the NBA YoungBoy concert over the weekend. The incident captured by many people and circulating on social media. KCTV5's Ali Espinoza reports on the viral video that you see here on your screen, or you just saw, and we do want to warn you that some of what you are about to see may be disturbing.
T-Mobile Center hosts big names in Kansas City, bringing tens of thousands of people together per event. But what happened Sunday night at the NBA YoungBoy concert is now getting the attention of police. This is just one video viewed 60,000 times of an incident, which police say happened just after 9:30. You see that employee pulled into a crowd. We'll pause the video here, but it goes on to show a juvenile punching that man repeatedly. Police tell KCTV5 they detained the juvenile, but it's unclear if he's facing charges at this time. Investigators say both this employee and another victim were taken to a hospital for their injuries. A representative from the T-Mobile Center called the incident horrific and that it does not represent what normally occurs in their arena. A night meant for music and fun, now ending in an ongoing investigation, and an employee recovering from a serious beating.
That was our Ali Espinoza reporting. A pregnant woman is in a medically induced coma after what appears to be a random shooting in Sugar Creek. Jermaine Hall is accused of shooting into her car Saturday afternoon, and there is no evidence that he knew her. KCTV5's Betsy Webster went to Sugar Creek, where at least one other person had their vehicle shot up.
One of the neighbors I talked to is still nervous enough about her safety that she didn't want her face on TV, and you can understand why. She narrowly escaped this. This is her car. The bullet went all the way through the window and out again. Shattered glass filled her son's car seat.
Yeah, it's scary. It's very, very alarming for me.
According to a police statement filed in court, the victim's husband heard a popping sound as his wife was driving down the street. He looked up to see a man pointing a gun at them and fire one round.
This was insane to me.
That neighbor watched as police combed this tree line for evidence. A court document now reveals they recovered 3 semi-automatic handguns and 26 spent shell casings. In Sugar Creek, Missouri, Betsy Webster, KCTV5 News.
Sorry about that, a little technical difficulty, but a Plaza butcher shop is cleaning up after an attempted break-in. This surveillance video from New York Butcher Shop and Wine Bar shows a man throwing a large rock at the front door early Saturday morning. The business has only been open for 4 months, but safety glass on the door prevented the break-in.
Basically, it's like a laminated glass, but on the outer surface, like a windshield. When it breaks, it holds everything together, and of course, people don't know it's available or it's an option.
And just to give you a better perspective as to where this is, the shop's located near 49th and Main, just south of the plaza.
Well, now to a safety alert this morning. Scammers are preying on the love you have for your pets, and it could cost you big. Great Plains SPCA urges you to be aware, especially if you have a missing pet. They say scammers are looking to take advantage of you, and they're calling owners claiming to be with the shelter, saying that they have located the missing pet. But that's not all. Then the scammer claims the animal was injured and needs emergency surgery, demanding an immediate payment. Now, the shelter says it could cost you thousands of dollars. And if you do get a call like this, Great Plains asks you to hang up the phone right away. For more information on how to report the scam, you can find the story on our website, KCTV5.com.
A new direction for the Kansas City streetcar. It could one day roll into one of the city's most historic neighborhoods. City leaders kicked off a new study to explore the possibility of bringing it right into the heart of 18th and Vine. Our Gianni Navarro has that story.
Another big change could be on track for Kansas City's historic 18th and Vine district. The city officially launching a feasibility study to explore whether the KC streetcar could extend along 18th Street, connecting the Jazz District to other entertainment hubs.
We're already seeing the progress on streetcar from the riverfront to the plaza, something that we thought unimaginable years ago. Getting that east-west streetcar is an important next phase.
The possible extension builds on momentum already underway, as the district is currently seeing major investment, a Marriott hotel, renovations for Boone Theater, and the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum expansion.
I expect us to be able to build up even more. So this is probably something that will be a key part of the future for 18th and Vine.
An oversight group made up of local business owners and community leaders will lead the study. Councilwoman Melissa Patterson-Hasley helped push the idea forward.
We had to raise $150,000 to pay for it, and so that took a few months.
She says the streetcar does not replace the bus system, but offers another way to reconnect 18th and Vine's pedestrian mall in the works to the rest of the city.
The 18th and Vine district is quintessential Kansas City. Jazz, barbecue, and sports, all of which are indigenous to the 3rd district. And so it just makes sense that we would have a streetcar extension to this area.
The study will ultimately determine how much money will be needed to lay down the tracks.
A vast majority of it usually comes from the federal government. And so we will investigate, how long should the line be? How many stops should it have? And all of that dictates how much it's going to cost.
So we will definitely keep you posted on that. But as far as what else will you need to know this morning, they plan to hold their first public meeting in November, and a feasibility study should be done by May of next year. I do want to take a live looking at the KCTV5 tower this morning. The time right now is 10:14. We do have your weather forecast coming your way with meteorologist Warren Sears right after the break. Stay with us.
Hi everybody, I'm First Warn 5 meteorologist Warren Sears. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're enjoying this rain. A little change of pace out there and picking up some good moisture. We very much needed this moisture. So I joked at the end of my KC Live that there are a lot of you probably standing at your front door saying, we needed this rain, and we definitely did. So probably seeing numbers anywhere between about a ½ inch to some spots up to 2 inches of rain already. So we'll take a look at that here in just a second, but let's go ahead and get your forecast here for the rest of your morning and into the afternoon as well. let's see here. I'm going to have to switch something around real quick. And that is the right thing. There we go. So let's take a look outside. We do have a mainly cloudy sky and a lot of rain falling across the board, and temperatures are cool because of that. We've got 66 right now at the airport. We basically haven't warmed at all out there today. I think we were maybe down to about 64, but that was it. So most of us cool, and I don't think we're going to warm too terribly much more than what we see out there right now. So here's a look at what's ahead. Rain and storms will continue for your Tuesday, kind of off and on, turning much more broken into the afternoon. I still think we'll keep a good deal of cloud coverage around though. So Tuesday first warn will remain, and we'll keep it into Wednesday morning. This is all the same storm system as it sits and spins overhead. The back end of the system comes through on Wednesday morning. That will keep some spotty rain around the region. So again, temperatures hanging out in the 60s for the most part. And you can see here, we are starting to see the back end of this system, or at least of this first batch, come through kind of right now. So that is a sign that from west to east, we will start to clear or at least dry a little bit, but still at least another probably 2 hours of rain here in the Kansas City metro. And then the farther east you live, those of you into central Missouri, Pettis, Benton counties, you'll probably have even longer to still deal with rain. Up near the Iowa state line, this is all mostly light stuff here. But there are a few pockets of heavier activity near Richmond right now, Carroll County, also into Lafayette County, and Saline County. That's where we have some of the heavier activity right now. So definitely some more moderate showers, but a lot of the lightning has pretty much fallen out. The lightning that we're seeing is down near Lynn County, Anderson and southern Lynn counties. That's where most of our lightning is still. So that's where some heavier pockets of thunderstorm activity continues to push through the area. So again, from west to east, all of this will keep surging through. Let's take a look at your radar estimated rainfall totals, and that is going to be near the Kansas City metro. You can see the scale at the top of the screen, but I can go ahead and also throw a few radar estimated numbers on there. We do think that, it's not one to work for me. Here we go. We do think that up near the airport has picked up anywhere between about 1.5 to 2 inches. There are some spots on the Missouri River near Leavenworth that have about 1.5 inches. Those of you near Buckner on the Missouri River there, potentially up to 2 to 2.5 inches of rain. Liberty had a bullseye up there with some heavier stuff. Potentially up over 3 inches of rain, but then you go to downtown and there was maybe 1/2 inch of rain there. Olathe, 1/2 inch of rain for the most part. So it was where those thunderstorms set up this morning that those of you had a little bit more rain than the rest of us. But we're seeing some good healthy totals out there. Hey, we'll take 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain any day. But anywhere you see the green pockets, especially down into Henry and Benton counties, there was much more rain down there. Johnson County on the Missouri side, you had some good rain. And then the Northland has had some of the higher rainfall totals there. So all of this to say, this first batch is sweeping through, but you see more rain here across Nebraska. That's actually the back end of the storm system as a whole. And this is like a big area of low pressure. And look at that, it's given some snow to Colorado. So the back end of this storm system eventually will wrap through a very large storm, and that will wrap through the area into tomorrow. So let's time everything out for you. By noon, this is what radar will look like, and then into the afternoon, we're starting to see things break up a little bit more, but still keeping some spotty showers potentially on radar even into this evening, but the coverage does look to diminish quite a bit. So a few light showers out there through the rest of the evening. I still think you'll be able to get a dog walk in or whatever it may be later on after work today. The impacts on your drive home will not be near as significant as they were on the way to work today. Into Wednesday morning, this is the reason why I'm leaving the first warn in place on your Wednesday, and that is because we do have some off and on showers into the morning. And so that is generally the reasoning. A couple of thunderstorms possible here. This is not as good of a chance as it was this morning, but it is still something that we'll be watching into your kind of morning, early to mid-morning time frame. And then that whole system will finally pull to the east in the evening on Wednesday. So after that, we are really going to see things quiet down. But for now, the first warn sticks in place. I would say, I'm going to take it off of 5 here. I would say the first warn sticks in place probably until mid to late afternoon. And that is when we'll see at least the activity become a lot more broken. We're losing a lot of our lightning already right now, which means there's a general weakening trend. And that also means that we are going to lose some of the more intense rainfall out there later on today. So still a few more waves of showers and maybe even a few more rumbles. First warn will stay in place for a few more hours into the afternoon. 72 if we can even get there. We're still locked in at about 66 degrees. A few dry hours could potentially help us get to the lower 70s, but I still think it's going to be a cool day. 72 on Wednesday, same thing, and then we'll dry out on Thursday, head back to the upper 70s and low 80s into the forecast. So that's generally the trend, is to keep us into a little bit of a warmer stretch, a little bit of a warmer weekend on tap. So let me show you the full Security Bank 7-day forecast and get you a little look here at the upcoming 7 days. So the first warn sticks in place on your Wednesday, and that is going to be in the morning. And then I think there's a pretty sharp cutoff into the afternoon. But the first one is for mainly just shower activity. And then there might be a few thunderstorms around, but it's mainly just some rain. Thursday, 79, mostly sunny. Friday, 81. The mornings are comfortable. The afternoons are a little warm into the weekend. Our normal high is 77, so we are above that. 79 on Thursday, 81 on Friday, and 83 on Saturday and Sunday. Now, one thing I will say, the mornings and the evenings, really comfortable. Heart of the afternoon is still a little bit on the warm side. 83 will feel a bit toasty, but I do think that the humidity levels are going to stay at bay, which is very helpful here. So lower humidity, a good deal of sunshine, kind of crisp mornings in the 50s and low 60s, and high temperatures in the low 80s in the afternoon. We've got 82 that will linger into your Monday as well. So that is a look at your next 7 days. You will really enjoy, especially the mornings and evenings if you're looking for a little fall glimpse. If you're still hanging on to summer, your afternoons look pretty comfortable as well. So not too bad. At the end of the day here, I will say the shift of the next kind of additional rainfall totals probably looking more likely in the maybe extra ½ inch. This is a storm total, not additional, but additionally could pick up another ½ inch. But by the end of the day tomorrow, a lot of spots will be in that 1 to 2 inch range, probably more on the higher end of things. If you didn't tap into any of the thunderstorms today, that means you'll probably be on the lower end in the 1/4 to ½ inch range there. So again, one last look at radar as this first batch of rain moves out. I'll show you a bigger picture look here. This first system's moving through. That will be the biggest of the impacts. And then we still have to get some of that moisture through Kansas and Nebraska to wrap through tomorrow. And that will bring you some more chances to start your day. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me this morning, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and lunchtime frame. I hope you got some good rain in your neighborhood, and we will be seeing you here again shortly at noon on KCTV5. I'm going to leave you with a look over a rainy downtown, and Janae and Taylor will be back here shortly.
Tom Holland takes a break from web slinging. A source tells CNN the actor suffered a mild concussion while shooting Spider-Man Brand New Day. Holland was not hospitalized, but he stepped away from production. The star is expected to resume work on his fourth Spider-Man film in a few days.
Can you keep a secret? I'm an angel. See the wings?
Keanu Reeves guides lost souls. This is a look at the upcoming comedy Good Fortune, which sees Reeves meddling with the lives of two Earthlings, played by Seth Rogen and Aziz Ansari. Good Fortune comes to theaters on October 17th.
Why do you want to be a Marine, Cameron?
For freedom.
Boot Camp gets new recruits. Boots is a new series capturing the intense world of the U.S. Marine Corps. See how the rookies fare when the coming-of-age comedy lands on Netflix on October 9th. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Alrighty, welcome back into the live desk. Kansas City Fashion Week is officially underway, and a KC native designs will actually hit the runway for a second year in a row. We are joined now by a McClellan MacuWave Cross of Supersonic. We want to thank you so much for joining us here at the live desk, and nice to meet you officially. I'm Janae here with Taylor Johnson. How's it going?
Thank you. Nice to meet you both. It's going really well. I'm wrapping up the final details for the show, and I can't wait to show it on the stage at Union Station. It's really great.
Yeah, and again, once again, returning for the second year in a row, and you are a KC native. You graduated from Rockhurst University. You live in California right now, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I'm a Kansas City native. I was raised in a very artistic household. My parents ran multiple art galleries in the Crossroads District while I was growing up. And my dad worked at the Nelson Atkins Museum of Art, and this really deeply shaped my creativity and who I am as an artist. And it's really amazing to be able to showcase my art to the community that shaped me so deeply as a human.
Yeah, so you grew up in the art world. So how does it feel to come back to KC? I know you're not here just yet, otherwise we'd have you here in the station, but how does it feel to make your way back home?
It's great. Like I said, it's a great opportunity to be able to show my art to the community that really shaped me at a really core level, and it's super fulfilling to bring everything full circle.
Okay, so go ahead, Taylor.
I was going to say, so Janae is showing right now some of your designs. It's so colorful and artistic. Describe your style. How would you describe your garments?
Sure. So, Supersonic is a conceptual fashion brand, and at its core, it's about transforming natural landscapes into surreal and symmetrical graphics. And I start with photographs of nature, whether it be trees, water, or clouds, and I distort them using digital processes. And I arrange those into patterns that feel meditative and Rorschach-like. My inspiration really comes from two places, one being the natural and digital worlds, as well as the vibrant and expressive energy of festivals and EDM culture. These immersive environments are where music, visuals, and fashion all collide, and I really want my work to channel that same sense of color, movement, and freedom while still being grounded in a technical design process.
And that's what I love about your work. That's what makes it so unique to me, is that you compare, or combine, I should say, your love for the art, what you grew up in, but also the music that you love. And so that's what makes it so concert friendly almost as well. So what do you want people to feel as they wear your clothing and as they look at it? What do you want them to feel?
Sure, I want them to be super expressive and feel like they can truly express who they are as a human. Um, and it's something that's super very visual and very immersive. They're bold, colorful, and trippy in the best way, but they're also wearable and structured. Each look tells its own story, and the garments in the collection really creates a flow that builds as garments and the show progresses. And I want people to leave feeling like they don't just see clothes on a body, but like it's part of a larger experience that combines visuals and storytelling.
And it's funny you mentioned that because I was going to ask you a follow-up question just about that point of storytelling. I know a lot of designers, they use their collection as an opportunity to share a story, or just to get people to maybe be immersed a little bit in your world. So what is the story that you want to tell this year with the collection that folks will be able to see?
Sure. So it generally kind of progresses through, along with the soundtrack, it progresses from more of an ethereal and kind of light-hearted vibe into deep and more of a dark, introspective delve into the individual personality and their subconscious. And towards the end of the runaway, it kind of returns back into more of a ethereal and, I guess, human vibe rather than being deep and subconscious.
So definitely something to look forward to. I do want to circle back because you're still kind of new in your career and you have accomplished so much thus far. So I know you were in Omaha last month. You're going to be in KC Fashion Week this week and then Denver next month. How does it feel to really see your dreams come alive and dreams become a reality, I should say?
It's really amazing because I've been working on not only this collection, but this brand for so long, and it's great to see my vision from so long ago being not only brought physical, but also being able to show it to so many people and in so many different environments and cultures. And it's great to be able to potentially inspire more artists down the line to create their own work. And it's the cycle of art, I inspire people and they'll make art that's inspired by me, and then it keeps going down the line.
I just want to piggyback off of that really fast. So you talk about inspiring other people and how you have been inspired as well. So what would you say to that young boy or that young girl that's going to be sitting in the audience or maybe following you on social media and they see just how far you've come? What would you tell them in this moment?
Well, first thing is art is about being yourself. One of the things when I first started was I would really care too much about what other people think of my art. And the whole part of being an artist, the whole point is you are the artist. If you like it, that's what brings it value.
That's such great advice. I do want to ask you a question just about like preparation. So I've spent a lot of time watching Project Runway over the years, right? And then Janae, she just listed out just how busy you are, that you were just in Omaha, you're here, you're going to be in Denver. So just walk us through what it looks like getting ready for these fashion shows, especially back to back. I know you have to like curate the looks, what order they're going to go in, what the models are going to wear and who's going to wear what, hair, it's just so many elements.
Man, it's really a process. And kind of like what I said earlier in my digital process, I do all my graphic design work first, and then I get the fabrics ordered, and once all the fabrics come in, it's kind of a race. You know, I'm cutting out all the pieces and constructing all the garments myself, and so there's a phase where it's mainly all construction, and then it's okay. Let me finalize some of the other details, such as the soundtrack, which is a huge part in the show and what makes it um, very immersive. And yeah, a lot of it is one, construction, and then two, making sure that the garments are aligned in a way that will be very cohesive with one another as well as the soundtrack.
I think that's so unique.
It's so fascinating. I love it.
I know, just like looking at how everyone prepares for KC Fashion Week. And it's something that you love. It's something that you truly have a passion for. I can only imagine your friends and family, they're going to come out on Thursday and support you. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So what would you say to your loved ones, those who have supported your journey all along? What would you say to them in this moment?
All of your love has been incredibly helpful, and I wouldn't be here without any of them. And I just want to thank them, and I'm super excited to be able to share this super personal part of myself with them on such a great stage and at a great venue in Union Station.
Making your way
We're
back
so
home.
excited for you. I love
Thank you.
fashion. So this is great. I love your
Yes.
collection, the colors, and just also that art is in your blood, you know, that creativity being there. I wish that I had the ability to do what you do.
Oh, girl, same. Same. No, this definitely takes skill. So kudos to you. And remind our viewers when you will hit the runway. When can they see your designs this week at KC Fashion Week?
Yeah, my show is this Thursday at Kansas City Fashion Week. It is at Union Station. My website is supersonic.com, and the U is a V. Just make sure that you don't confuse that. But you can also get tickets at Kansas City Fashion Week, their website, and I have a code for tickets as well. It's Supersonic15. Again, the U is a V. So it's this Thursday at Union Station, and it's gonna be great. I'm super excited to show it.
Yeah,
Yes,
support,
good
support,
luck.
support, and definitely throw your work out there. We are cheering you on along the way. A KC native, we want to thank you so much for joining us here at the live desk, and good luck with everything this month and next month and in the coming months. What's going to be heading your way?
Thank you so much. Thank you both. It's been a pleasure.
Of course. Have a good one. We'll be right
You
back
too, thanks.
after the break. Welcome back in on this Tuesday, and with every Tuesday comes what's trending, and we are here with Ebony Bing. Ebony, how's it going, girl?
I'm doing fabulous, even though it's a rainy day. I'm the
I
sunshine.
know. This is the perfect day to be inside. I know, to be inside watching movies, and here we are. But you, like you said, Taylor, bringing the color here today and bringing all the hot gossip. So we do have some things we need to talk about, and let's start off with 1587 Prime because you win.
Okay, I seriously feel like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, and I got the golden ticket. Like, I can't believe that I went to 1587. I have been so hyped to try it. On Sunday, I finally went and I experienced it, and all I can say is wow. All the flavors were in attendance, and I was satisfied. Like, I started off with the crab cakes and then also the lobster rolls. The lobster rolls were my absolute favorite. Crab cakes were dry and were lacking flavor. I did tell the server, and she went in the back and she told the chef, and he started to try and like tweak the recipe.
Oh, that's good.
So I absolutely love that because hospitality is one thing that they do not get wrong at 1587. And
I love me a good crab cake too.
You do?
And I was kind of
crab
optimistic because right there they don't look bad. Because sometimes you get a crab cake and it's just like it's bread, heavily breaded.
No, it's not bread.
It looks
fully
meaty.
No, it's lump crab that's in there, not claw. But the quality of crab was good. It's just the flavors were lacking. That branzino right there is the showstopper. When I tell you that tasted like my mother made it.
Oh,
and my mom knows she is a good cook.
We love home cooking.
It was so good. That chocolate cake made me feel like Matilda. You see how it has a little
Matilda.
Exactly, it has a little gangsta lean to it. But you could probably split that with 5 people.
Yeah.
But it was amazing.
How was the pizookie? Because I also love a good pizookie.
What's a pizookie?
That's like pizookie.
That's
it's a chocolate chip cookie with ice cream.
I never heard that.
Are you serious?
That must be some Denver slang.
No. Do you guys know what a pizookie is?
Nobody knows what a pizookie is. Oh, caviar.
Hold on,
caviar.
I have to flip it around.
Yes.
Maybe it is a Colorado thing. We call it a pizookie. So it's a huge cookie. Do you guys know BJ's, the restaurant? Sorry, we're getting off track.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it.
Okay, so at BJ's they call it a pizookie. It's just a huge cookie with the ice cream. Anyways, we're getting off track. Is this the $300?
Yes, I believe so. That is the
Tomahawk?
Wagyu,
Okay.
$345, and then it's extra for him to come to the side table and do the flambe.
Oh wow!
So that steak right there is the Tomahawk Wagyu, $345, and I guess that flambe is an extra like $28, $30 something. But it's just all an experience. Yes, it does cost a pretty penny, but the place is a whole vibe. It's beautiful. It is a bit dark in there, which I like to see all my food, but I get it. They're setting a mood. That salad right there, that's their wedge salad.
Yeah.
I just did not get the cheese because I'm lactose intolerant. I did need to ask for extra dressing, but it was delicious.
Yeah, I love that. I also want to talk about the vibes. I feel like
because they have live music, don't they?
Yeah,
they do have live
so
music.
I separated this. I want to get to the drinks in just a moment, but tell us a little bit more about like what it looked like when you first walked in.
Yeah, so when you first walk in, there is, I would say, the infamous staircase that's, you know, kind of golden and lit up.
Yeah.
Patrick, Travis, Taylor, and Brittany, and Kane Brown, they took a picture right there in the front. So that's going to be the one place where everybody's going to want to take pictures. And then you walk upstairs, and then this is the hidden conference room behind a two-way mirror. You can see out, you can't see in. They have different acts that come and perform. She was the act that was performing that Sunday night. But that right there is the main dining room that's upstairs, and then to the left, and then to the right, that's the two-way mirror right there where you can see that we're walking towards, and then behind it is that long conference room type table. But then when you first walk in upstairs, you look to the right, and that's actually a room where they can slide the partition, and he says that typically when the guys come in, they will eat over there.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty cool, but they will take you on a tour if you do ask. And the restaurant's kitchen is actually upstairs.
Okay.
Oh, that's
which
interesting.
surprised me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's I absolutely love that place.
And you would go back.
I will go back.
I love it.
2 thumbs up.
All
I loved
right.
it.
Ebony.
I loved it.
Did you have the Taylor Swift drink with the little fire at
Well,
the
I'm not
bottom?
a drinker, so I actually got a non-alcoholic. That is the Wild Child right there that I ordered, but it did have great flavors. I hate ordering non-alcoholic, but because I was there, I felt like I had to do it. It's like glorified juice, but the flavors were delicious. That right there is the alchemy. I felt like that's a Disney drink.
I
Like,
would get it just for that. I'm all about
it's so
presentation.
magical.
Yeah, it's so nice.
I know. So I absolutely loved it. Very cool.
And so what is this next drink that's coming up now?
That's the Queen Bee.
Oh,
with
okay. That's
lychee.
Brittany's drink, right?
That's Brittany's drink. And then that's the Free Spirit one, which is the non-alcoholic one.
Okay, so you would rate it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Okay.
I just didn't like those crab cakes. And you are from Baltimore.
Maryland,
Maryland.
Baltimore.
So, excuse me.
She's like, I got to specify.
So, yes, you would be a hard judge. But I've asked 3 people who have dined there. They did not like the crab cakes along with me. And so,
okay, so no crab cake for me.
Well, hopefully
But I'll
they
do
make some
lobster roll,
improvements. No, but they could make some improvements because
Yes.
this is the start. And you said that they take the criticism and they make the
Yes.
adjustments.
Well, Janae, you
so-
try it next. and then
Girl,
you let
I
me
love a crab
know.
cake, so I will definitely like. I'm not liking this. We're gonna have to make some adjustments. Okay, so I do want to talk about Taylor Swift. You already brought up her standing in front of that staircase, but there's also some other news going on with Taylor.
Yeah, she's having an album release party. It's called the Life of a Showgirl album release party because, as you know, the album is coming out very soon. But it's coming to a theater near you in select theaters October the 3rd through the 5th for a limited time. Fans, hurry up and go ahead and get these tickets because they are not going to be around for long. They have only released a limited amount of tickets. The tickets cost $12 because it's her 12th studio album.
I love it.
She loves numbers. I'm terrible at math. I hope that whenever they have kids, I hope that the kid is good in math.
Yeah.
But she is going to be premiering the video for Fate of Ophelia, which I believe is her first single. And they're going to kind of have like behind the scenes. I don't know if you guys are too young for this, but back in the day, MTV used to have like.
For Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Girl, we are not talking about Michael Jackson.
No, but on the morning show, I talked about how there hasn't really been rollouts like these in modern times.
No, back in the day, MTV used to have behind the music.
Oh,
yes,
and they used to have like the music videos, and they would show behind the scenes of how the music video was made.
Oh, sorry.
So we are not talking about.
So Taylor Swift is bringing it back. She's like Michael Jackson.
Anytime I hear MTV, I think about him.
No, MTV has shown a lot of other artists, but yeah. So yeah, behind the music. I forgot what they actually called it, but yeah,
It was
making
a video.
Making the video. Yes, back in the day.
And then access granted on BET.
Access granted on BET.
Yeah,
Showing
so
our age.
that is going to be a lot of Swifties are going to turn out for this October 3rd through the 5th.
Is that on a weekend? Because I feel like a lot of girls will be skipping school and the boys too.
I think the 3rd is a Friday.
We're looking it up now. Yeah, the 3rd is a Friday.
Okay, Taylor is very strategic.
Yeah.
I have to
She knows what
work
she's
that
doing.
Saturday, so I know the dates that week.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she knows what she's doing. Alrighty, so let's move on. We have someone else that we're talking about.
Yeah, Camila Cabello, she is made a fan for life. So she was in Iowa, of all places, sitting at the bar in the hotel when a girl approached her and she told her that she was getting married the next day, and she was actually like the bride and the father of the bride first dance. She was going to be dancing to Camila Cabello's song First Man. And so Camila stayed the next day and surprised her at her wedding. And she
love
seriously.
that.
What are the odds?
I
that
know.
was her song.
I know, but I don't know.
I have
I'm
questions.
a bit skeptical.
I have questions.
Why?
I'm a little
Because
bit
I'm like, did she maybe pick the song after she saw her? Like, oh, well, maybe we should change it and it should be this.
Yeah.
Because that's just a little bit too bit of a coinky dinky.
I feel like that as well. I was like, did you just change that to see like if she said, oh, I'll sing at your wedding? Because imagine asking Camila Cabello to sing at your wedding. That's probably 15 or 10 grand at least right there. But she has made fans for life. She didn't have to do that. And I absolutely love it when artists go the extra mile and they just show love to their fans. I love that.
Especially these days.
Yeah, no, I love this, and I hope that I run into, I don't know, Stevie Wonder, maybe Beyonce. Let them know that I would love to have them.
I asked Genuine. I met him years ago, and I was like, "Can you sing
Was he
differences
nice
at my
to you?
wedding?"
'Cause he was not nice to
even
me.
here she goes
nice
to her
to
story.
me. He was nice to me. I have a picture with him in my phone. And I was like,
Ebony,
"Can you
what
sing
is your
differences?"
story?
Yes, give a story time real
So
quick.
Genuine was at the Soul Food Festival that we used to have back in the day, and I was pretty new into my career, so excited to see Genuine. And so I approached him when he was backstage, and I was like, hey, Genuine, can I get a picture? And he was like, after the thing, after my performance. So then I was like, waiting, and he's coming out of his trailer, and he's like, you gotta have your camera out, and he started walking away from me, and I go, my camera's right here. I'm ready for the picture. picture.
goodness.
So I like shouted at him and we like took a picture. But then I interviewed him and then he was nice. So I was asking him about his baby hair and everything.
Oh
he does have good
my
hair. He does have
gosh.
good hair, but he was not the nicest. He did not want to take a picture with me. And I'm like, I got the camera right here. What are you talking about?
Well, we're from the same area, and he was like in DC at the time, so maybe he was in a good mood that day.
Yeah.
But his wife is from. His ex-wife is from here in Kansas City, and so he spent a lot of time here.
The rapper lady?
Yeah.
Soleil or something?
Yes.
I find it so interesting that as soon as you started interviewing him, that's when he's like.
No, this was actually a separate time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
people change their tune when I have the microphone.
Yeah,
in front of me.
that's my whole point.
You need a what's trending just of your story.
Right.
I have the stories.
Because as soon as she says, "Was he nice to you? Was she nice to you?"
Right.
She has a story.
But let's go back to this. Let's just be nice to everybody.
Yeah.
Camila Cabello didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
There's so many artists.
That was really sweet.
You just have. It doesn't cost you to be nice to people.
Yeah. Treat people the way you want to be treated.
That's the lesson of the day.
All right, love this story as well. Let's talk about Harry Styles.
Yeah, Harry Styles, I didn't know that he was athletic, but he actually ran in the Berlin Marathon. This is 26.2 miles, ladies. Have you ever ran in a marathon?
No, I never will.
You know what? I say I don't run unless somebody's running after me.
Okay.
But he finished in just under 3 hours. He ran, his time was 2 hours, 59 minutes, and 13 seconds. So he was like
barely
there. But it was a personal best for him. And he ran under the name Steed Sarandos, which is based on Netflix's CEO's name, Ted Sarandos. So, but just imagine, like, if he would have gone with his real name, Harry Styles, like, it would have caused a hoopla, pandemonium.
But the
things that
fans
they
still
didn't
caught him. They still caught him.
They did. But he was actually able to run it in peace, and then towards that moment right there, that's when a fan caught him. But I saw a picture of his legs. Wow, Harry.
Yeah, I like that blouse he got on right there.
I don't know. I don't want my boyfriend in a
For
blouse.
me.
I don't want that. No, but he's been making headlines a lot lately because he's in a new relationship as well. I know we talked about that. Yeah, so
yeah,
good for him.
I don't know if him and Lenny get together and work out because you know Lenny Kravitz likes to work out in a leather pair of
I was gonna
pants.
say, maybe he borrowed that top from Lenny.
Perhaps that
That's
does look
Lenny's
very
style.
on brand. Very on brand.
And I'm looking at this video.
That is funny.
It doesn't. Did he have a disguise on at all?
So actually, this girl that works in news in DC ran in that same marathon.
In Berlin, not Berlin, Germany.
She
is
traveled
it?
to Berlin.
Oh,
I'm about to send her a
wow.
message
Oh,
and
that's
ask if she saw
dedication.
him.
Wow.
Yeah, her name is Alexis Wainwright.
That is dedication. Alrighty, evening. I think that'll do it for what's trending today. The laughs are still there, and they'll be here again next week. Remind our viewers how they can follow you on social media.
Yes, you can follow me on X, Instagram, and TikTok at It's Bingy Baby. You can also listen to me on Power 105.1. 1 o'clock, I have Cardi B tickets. I also have Renaissance Festival tickets and a chance for you to win $1,000 with our 5K giveaway.
Ooh.
Every time you say Renaissance,
I know.
I'm thinking
She
Renaissance.
thinks about Beyonce.
Take me back.
Yes.
Take me back.
Alrighty, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.